Yo, what's up guys, back with another video, and today I'm just going to be talking about how I think Alabama could still get in the playoffs this year and still possibly win it all, or just, get in the playoffs, which is what my goal was for this year. Alright, so first we're going to talk about the Vanderbilt game that's coming up next Saturday against Tennessee. This is one of the more realistic ones that would help us out the most, probably, and I think Vanderbilt could possibly pull off the upset against Tennessee because Tennessee, the only reason they beat us, which I'm an Alabama fan, the only reason they beat us is because Jared McCoy was holding Ryan Williams so many times, and they just wouldn't call anything. They held him on a 31 to 41 yard touchdown, would have been. But then Jared McCoy grabbed Ryan Williams, pulled himself forwards, and deflected the ball, which would have been a touchdown. But, we're going to let it slide. Maybe Vanderbilt can, give him karma or whatever. I don't know. Let's hope so. But, I hope Vanderbilt can pull off the upset, really, because that gives Vanderbilt, doesn't it give them like a bowl game, maybe? I don't know. It'll give them something, right? I don't know. It'll give us something. It'll give us playoff hopes, I guess. Which right now we have like a 38% chance. That is a lot for a 3-loss team. I can't lie, but we could actually get in. There's so many games that's coming up next Saturday that could just be complete upsets. And we're going to get into all of them in just a second. Alright, so the next one that would help us out probably more than the Tennessee game is if Georgia Tech upsets Georgia. Georgia's for real only looked good in one game. I don't include the UMass game because UMass is basically a D2 team. Who even are they barely? Massachusetts, they suck. They're nobody. And they let them get 21 on them, by the way. But, I guess it was a good win, 59-21. Georgia Tech isn't bad. They're basically Vanderbilt. They beat Miami. They upset Miami, and Miami's a playoff team right now. I really don't know why Miami is in the top 10 right now. I do, but I don't at the same time. Because they're ranked ahead of some teams that just doesn't make sense. But okay, Georgia Tech could throw upset Georgia. That's a possibility, and I'm not going to doubt it, and I'm going to get my hopes up for it, because if they do, we're probably in the playoffs. Let's get into the next upset that could happen. Alright, South Carolina is a really good team. They're not a joke team. I'm being so for real, bro. I don't know how they're 8-3. They only beat us because it was earlier in the year. Wasn't early, but it was earlier. It was week 6. It was our game 6 for us, right after the Vanderbilt loss, so we had something to play for. We didn't play like we did. We only won by 2 points, let them get an onside, and then they threw a pick. On a deep ball, by the way. It was a deep ball, he threw it deep. I really don't know why they threw it deep. I forgot if there was close to a minute left, or maybe time for 1 or 2 plays. I can't remember, but it was just a bad ball. If that was a better ball, they would have had a touchdown and we would have lost. The only reason they didn't take it to overtime with us is because he missed a 2-point conversion on a throw. He threw it out of bounds for some reason when he had an open receiver in the back, but I'm not complaining. We won, so I'm not going to complain. I'm a Bama fan, remember? But South Carolina also blew Texas A&M out. It was 44-20 at the end. They also, who else did they beat? Oh, yeah, they almost beat LSU. Only lost by 3, but it was the first game of the season. That's the crazy part. And that was one of the best games all season. And it was the first game of the season. Yeah, South Carolina's not a joke team. Clemson, I really don't know. Clemson, I don't see them that good. I don't see them as a good team, for real. I don't know who they lost to. It had to have been nobodies. If it wasn't, they had to have gone against an SEC team and lost. But because they're in the ACC, Who did you lose to? Alright, say Texas lost to A&M. It wouldn't really do much for us because Texas would most likely stay in the rankings, and the most likely thing to happen to Texas is they go down 5 to 6 spots. So they'll go down to 7 to 10, or 7 to 11. I mean, losing to another ranked team. Texas A&M still controls their destiny. Beat Texas, they're most likely in the playoffs. I don't get how number 20 can go to number 11 in the playoffs, but Texas A&M would... Okay, Texas A&M got a little cheated this year because Texas A&M won 3 games in a row, I'm pretty sure, and stayed at number 15. They even beat like a ranked team, I'm pretty sure, just because they lost to South Carolina. And then they stayed at 15 throughout their whole 3 games in a row. Lost to Auburn by 2 points in an overtime game. In a 3 or 4 overtime game by 2 points. Went down 5 spots to 20. Alabama loses by a whole 21 burger. Only goes down 6 spots. I'm not complaining, but they went down to 13, so that means second team out right now. They're the second team out of the playoffs right now. Like, they're in the bracket, but they're not, like, playing anybody right now. Like, you can see them. They're the last people. Second team out. Alabama's chances are the highest right now to get into the playoffs. They're like a 38, almost a 40% chance. But they blew it against Oklahoma, for real. I can't lie. But the thing is, I'm scared of playing Auburn because Auburn just upset A&M, and A&M is not a joke team because A&M is a good, strong SEC team. Auburn is too. If you really go and look at Auburn's schedule, they barely lose to these good SEC and good ranked teams, bro. They have a lead on them. They have like a blowout lead, like 21-0 and junk. Then fourth quarter, they let them make a comeback and win by a nail-biter. But Auburn's not a joke, and they're not to play around with. And if we lose to Auburn, we might be out of the rankings. Not just the playoff, the rankings. First thing we need to lose is out of the playoffs. That's already one of the things that we're mad about. But if we're out of the rankings this year, there's going to be a whole lot of talk about Kalen DeBoer and his staff. But, yeah, let's beat Auburn. Let's hope A&M can upset Texas. It won't do much for us, but it might do something. It'll probably actually hurt us because Texas A&M might go and jump us. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Alright, and for the very last upset that could very well possibly actually happen that I'm going to explain. Again, this isn't the last upset that could happen. There's maybe about 2 more that are, I guess, the other team has a 30% chance or better. But, Syracuse, I think Syracuse has at least a, 30% chance or better, 35% chance or better to beat Miami. Miami has been upset by Georgia Tech already. Georgia Tech is a 4-loss team, 7-4. Georgia Tech's not a good team. ACC, right? I can't remember. ACC, I'm pretty sure, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know because Georgia Tech's almost a nobody, really. But, don't blame me. Yeah, they did get upset by Georgia Tech. That's why they're ranked so high for only a 1-loss team, if you guys were wondering. Number 8, 10-1. Lose to another unranked team, Syracuse. Lose to them. Miami's most likely second team out, going down to 13 or something like that. First team out, 12. Something like that. It'll help us out, though. But I'm talking about all these upsets that could happen. What I need to talk about is, how can Alabama beat Auburn? I don't know. We'll see.